Bashers. Bashers. What's up, Bashers? It is Dirk. It is 5:05 on Tuesday, August 19th. Hey, everybody. It's great to have you in the show. It's Speedy Tuesday. That's right. It's the day to put your Speedmaster on. Hey, I saw that the new this is for Dean, of course. I went after court this morning. I took the train to Grand Central Station to get home, and I passed the Swatch store, and what was in the window but the white version of the brand new I don't even know what the names of them are. It's the Firsto Schwacka and Schwackaland, the one with the small seconds, and it's got a moon phase, and the Snoopy one in white. And you know what? It was really, really attractive, but it's $400. Wow. If it was two, I might go, I kind of want that. And I get it for Dean. Because why wouldn't I do that? Anyway, bashers. Hey, guys. So today, you guys all know that I've been in court for 3 years with my new landlord, the incomparable DL. And today they withdrew the case. So I'll tell you what it was about. Because there's still some extenuating circumstances. She's going to still try to F us in any way she possibly can. So I live in this apartment. It's an old style, 100 and some odd year old building, classic New York walk up. That's what it's called. I'm on the top floor, and the building next to me is lower. And we rented this apartment because the living room has big sliding glass doors and a big 12 by 12 patio outside, like a big outdoor space. And it has been the host of a million dinners, a million birthdays, a million bottles of wine, and a million memories. It's where, when we first got here, when we were super young, we invited people over for everything. This was the meeting place. It's where we hung out. When the months, like anywhere, we're out there until at least the middle of October, until it gets cold. Even when it gets a little cold, we put some hoodies on and go outside. And so my landlord is a guy named Arthur, and he was just the greatest. And it was a magical time. It was a magical time for all of us. He treated us great, and he had advertised this apartment, 2-bedroom apartment with roof deck, and we were like, "Oh, we want that. Let's go look at it." We were like, "We'll take it." It was amazing. And so this is 1992-ish, and it was $750. I mean, that's what the prices were then, And it falls under something called rent stabilization, which is a protected rent in New York City, meaning if you can get one of these, it's like hitting the lottery. Because in New York City, apartments are protected. There were two kinds of rent protection. One was called rent controlled, which is the best of them all, and then rent stabilized. Mine's rent stabilized. Rent control meant you pay $5. Your grandmother's grandmother had an apartment for $5 in the Lower East Side of New York City, and you live there for $25 now. The rent's gone up to $25. So, it can only go up a certain amount every year or 2 years, depending on the lease that you choose. Anyway, so DL bought my building after our beloved Arthur died, and she bought this building, and she bought the building next to it, which he owned. He owned both of them. He owned most of the block. And the first thing she did was she sent some people over here to take my roof deck off. And she wants to seal up my bedroom window and my living room window. And We, of course, opposed it, called the police on her. She called me um, something not very nice, which got the police involved. So I know that you guys know about this, but you didn't know the details. But now that the case is over, I might as well just tell you what we went through. And she called me something extremely not nice, and called the cops. And I didn't press charges, but I did take her to court and got an order of protection against her. I could have had her arrested, and I didn't. In hindsight, I really wished I did, because I could have. Because they asked me, "Would you like to press charges?" And I said, she's a mom. No, I don't want to do that. So anyway, we've been in court. This was our 18th appearance over the last 3 years. And we've had the same judge for, I'm not going to name the judge, but I just wanted to say thank you for being a measured, understanding, wonderful guy that understood that, they had in their lawsuit against us. Well, anyway, they couldn't take the roof deck down. They got the building department to come in to say it needed to be permitted, which was dismissed. And then they did it again. And now that's outstanding. So they're going to try some other way to figure it out, because basically what they want to do, and they don't want to say they want to do it, is they want our deck gone so they can take that 2-story building and make it into a 4 or 5-story building, which is the only thing that they're allowed to do. They're allowed to go up to 5 stories. So they're going to want to do that, which means they're going to make an incredible amount of money renting out all those apartments, because new apartments in my neighborhood are $5,000 a month. It doesn't even matter if it's a studio. It's probably $4,500 a month for a studio, or $5,000 for a 1-bedroom, $6,500, $7,000 for a 2-bedroom. It's just ludicrous prices in New York. It's just insane. So if you have one of these things called a rent stabilized apartment, it's a really great thing for you to be able to get. So we have that. She wouldn't give us a new lease, which is illegal. She has to give us a lease because we've been here for 30 plus years. So basically today, the judge said to them, you're not going to, we went for trial. Today was our trial. And the judge was like, this is not trialable. You're going to lose. So he gave them time to work it out. He came up with every possibility, write them a check so they'll move out. And they gave us a lowball number, which was ridiculous. You wouldn't be able to buy an apartment in northern Alaska for that. So he said, I think you should go outside for as long as you need, because he said my calendar's free for the rest of the day, so come on back when you're ready and we'll discuss. Gave her every opportunity to come up with something that would work for the both of us, something amicable. And basically their attorney came up to us and our attorney and said she's going to withdraw the case. So the case was dismissed today after 3 years. And I mean, I can't even tell you how many thousands of dollars she cost us for nothing. With basically, I could only work 2 days a week when I started this show. I had just been fired from my job. And the main reason I got fired was because I could only work on Saturday and Sunday. Because somebody always needed to be home because of her, because she might come in here and try to seal up our windows or pull our roof deck off her. She's just a nut job, and she did attempt it. So, and she threatened us a lot. So today we walked out of there. It was very, very bittersweet because while it's great that the case was dismissed, we're just going to have to wait for the other shoe to drop, because she was so angry and yelling and so completely out of line in a courtroom. She doesn't know how to behave. Her greed was on display. The judge just said, you bought these buildings. You knew what they had. Why didn't you just try to sort that out before you bought the building instead of drag everybody through court for 3 years? Why did you do that? And she had no answer. And he's like, you knew what you got yourself into. So he says, okay, dismissed. So that part of it is over now. But, I kind of like the fact that we had a judge behind us. So anything she pulled. So now the next time she tries to pull something, I'm going to have to call the cops again. I'm just hoping that she just cuts her crap out and lets us live our lives, because we didn't want, they offered us like a lot of little crappy little deals, like 20 grand to pull our deck off as compensation. 20 grand you're going to take away to wipe out all the memories and all, a place where I keep my bicycles, a place where I grow my basil, I grow all my tomatoes, I grow all my vegetables out there. My entire summer, I'm a vegetarian. My entire summer diet is I grow myself. It's not worth $20,000. She just doesn't have much of a what is the word I'm looking for? Any kind of understanding of what it is to be human. It's very odd, very, very odd. Well, meanwhile, she's got $150,000 car, and she lavishes money on herself, and she's buying all this stuff, and yet she has no problem in trying to intimidate people. We were very, very angry, and I'm no longer angry. I'm just saddened by that side of humanity. So that's why the Bashers saved my life. You guys saved my life, because I've been going through this the entire time, trying to keep a big chin up, and I've met all of you and all the kind people out there who have had nothing but supportive, wonderful, loving, encouraging messages, not just for me, but for all of us. So I'm going to make August 19th official Day of the Basher, because you guys really, you helped me get through a lot of stuff. You put on a brave face every day. You find comedy, you find the nuance in life, which is so, so important. It's the little things that keep us going every single day. So thank you all very, very much for all of that. And I really appreciate it. So I'm going to give the biggest bangus boom I have out to you guys. And that's, of course, Leonard. Thank you for everything. Meanwhile, I just got it. Paul doesn't watch my show, or does he? Oh, he's talking to somebody. He's talking about the case on a text message, and I'm like, you don't watch my show. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for that, because secretly behind the scenes, nobody knew exactly what the details were. People was like, Dirk doesn't pay his rent, or no, we actually didn't hold our money in escrow. We paid our rent every month. We just kept paying it without a lease, and she owes us a lease. She just hasn't done it, and that's illegal too. Everything she does is illegal. She's done all this illegal building without a single solitary permit, yet she's trying to get rid of ours because it doesn't have a permit. Well, whatever, get a permit. We hired architects to rebuild the thing, to make sure it's in line. It's just absolutely absurd. So for anybody who's going through anything like that, there's some great people out there. And I got to say that this judge we had, while he wasn't the final arbiter in the whole thing, which sucks, because he tried so hard to shake some sense into her, but she just wasn't having it. Sometimes you just can't show people the way. And it's an analogy that I don't use very often, but sometimes people can't see the light through the trees, and she apparently couldn't. We were just like, well, we offered to pay for 50% of whatever the architectural, we already paid for the architect to redesign it, to make it up to code, but the construction's another matter. And we said, well, we'll pay 50% of that. It's worth it to us. And they wouldn't hear of it. They wouldn't even hear of it. And then she estimated that the cost of a deck is $150,000, and it's not. It's 10. Maximum $10,000. These grandiose, numbers that she pulled out were just ludicrous. And he goes, I don't think it costs that much money. I was like, here's my estimate right here. Here's the architectural plans right here. Here's the letter from the Department of Buildings that says it can be made legal. You just need a permit. She just refuses to do it. Absolutely crazy shit. Anyway, that's my story. So thanks, everybody. Panel power coming back for you. Panel power. I was watching some Striper. Anybody like Striper? I've always been a big Striper fan. My very first show I ever played my entire life, real show, other than like little bar band shitty things. And there's only like maybe 1, 2, 3. I played 3 shows in my life as a teenager. And then at 19, I played my very first show with Hitman, opening up for Striper at the Nassau Community College. And I was a fan. They sing about Jesus. They're a Christian metal band. It's like Jesus. And he sounds like Dennis DeYoung from Styx, but they have the best rock metal guitar sound, heavier than Metallica or any of those bands, chunkier, crunchier, and they're amazing guitar players. Great band. I just watched this concert. I came home to just shake it all off. And I saw that on YouTube. I was like, oh, let me watch that. And it was fantastic. So thank you, Striper. Paddle Power, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Please pass on the Basher of the day. Okay, you know who I'm going to give it to? Dave Fahrenheit 451. I have to, because you're getting so close now. And I didn't think that was ever going to happen. I don't know. It was refreshing whilst watching Oshin in Rome. I'm loving in his channel as Carbon 1 million. Oh, is that right? Okay? I just sent him to an Irish bar called The Fiddler's Elbow. He doesn't have that account muted. I don't know. I don't understand why you guys are. I'll talk to him about it because it makes no sense. You guys walk down the exact same street. It makes no sense whatsoever. Why that would be. Is he? I guess he's still doing that. I obviously didn't watch YouTube today. Well, other than Striper. Melly C is here. Good day and all the bashers. Happy Speedy Tuesday. It's beautiful Speedy Tuesday. Hey, hold on a second. I got to tell these guys to stop it. Am I not on? Let me see. Do not disturb. Yeah, there you go. Do not disturb. Okay. Paul's texting his father about the case, I guess. The purple one. Melly C is here. Logged on, not loved. Predictive swipe texting. Oh, you do that? Doesn't work on iPhones. Congratulations to Panel Power. Wow, that was quick. It was indeed. Steve Mac 3 is here. Steve Mac 3. Do you have some pictures for the Gallery of Bastards? Kevin Landon, the Kevin Landon's here, and he's number 4 today. Happy Tuesday to Dirk and all the bashers. We'll be watching live today. Hey, great. As I enjoy my second day off from work in a row. Congratulations. You deserve it, man. Thank you. You're a hardworking guy. Take care, stay safe, and be good to yourselves. Yeah, be good to yourselves. And Nick B is here. Good evening. Upvoted number 4. Nick B, Mr. Brooker. Congratulations once again to Panel Power. He's on fire, that guy. Happy Speedy Tuesday, one and all. Thank you, buddy boy. And Ray says, well, maybe it's number 5. Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? Okay, hold on a second. I'm live, and you guys get me off your group text as Paul can ping my phone. Please go private. Renaissance Sir Julian is here. The time comes, like it or not, when a man has to stop kidding himself that he's as young as he feels. Well, you know what? It was funny because the judge goes to me today. We're talking about another flight of stairs. And I was like, yeah, we're 60. We're both 60. He goes, I'm 60. And then our lawyer says, I'm 60. We were all 60. And meanwhile, DL and her husband are like 35, you know? It's like, you know what? I'm on the 3rd floor. What they wanted to do, I don't know if this is boring to you or not. You could tell me. So they wanted to, here's the offer. They wanted to get rid of our private roof deck that's right outside my living room. And they wanted to put a roof deck up on the roof of this building, and they wanted to put a staircase in the hallway. So if I was going to have a dinner party, and I said, so what? I should take all the plates and things through the hallway and up the stairs, and then up on the roof, and then go find my section because they wanted to make a roof patio for everyone, and we would have like a section of it. I was like, that's not going to work. That's not what I rented. So I was like, and then 4 flights. I said, I can't make it 4 flights of stairs. I'm 60. I played the old card. The scenery in a play was beautiful, but the actors got in front of it. Because actors need to chew the scenery, as you know. A great old stage adage. Chewing the scenery means that you take over the whole thing and you make it all about you. Do you know people that do that? You know, I've got a couple of friends that make it all about them. And the key to life is to listen. Listen, I'm the Energizer Bunny. You guys know. I could talk a dog off a meat truck, but sometimes you just got to stop and listen. Scotty H is here. And here's Dino. Oh, look at this. This one's falling apart. Look, I got 6 for like $10. Dino, whoa, 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 whoa. We are constantly being surprised that people did things well before we were born. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's amazing. So if I was born in 65, right? There was 4 billion people in the world. Now there's over 9. There was no cellular telephones. There might have been color television. I'm not sure. There were no computers. Well, there were, but they were, ridiculous. They're punch cards. Amazing things have happened in my lifetime. But think about what happened before: steamships, aviation, television, incredible cinema, amazing stuff, electricity. And what do we and we have all those things. And now, speaking of Sir Julian, poetry and literature and music and art and all those things which are now desperately in danger of being destroyed by AI. There are all these songs and all these things out there right now that are completely computer generated. One of them got on the charts. I forget what the name of the band was, but I listened to it. It was like country rock or whatever the hell it was. It's like the days of the guys in the room, like, man, when I started, my microphone had a cord on it, and we were in a room and we recorded to tape, and all the guys got together in a room and we wrote music, and okay, that sounds oldie fashioned, right? But we got to make 2 albums in like one of those studios with the stone walls and big speakers and the giant console and the glass booths, all that stuff. It was I dreamed of it for so long, and got to do it. Now these kids, everything's on their MacBook, and it's impersonal, and you're really never going to get that flavor when Joey hits that riff and you go, yeah, that, man. Oh, that's it. When you're in a collaborative environment, which is really amazing. Now collabs are just, a really shitty pop song, and some guy goes out, yeah, like a motherfucking Jesus. I'm coming on down like Jesus. It's just, then he flew that in, via the internet, and it's blah, blah, blah. It's just the way that it goes, though. You can't be a curmudgeon about it. You just have to say it. But I don't mind so much that stuff, and even the auto-tune crap, because we've had to deal with that forever. But now it's just like making art from scratch. Look, I do it every day with ChatGPT with all my thumbnails. Today's was really good. Come on, it was good, right? And it's just getting to, like I said, there's going to be a Marilyn Monroe movie. Here's going to be the new deal. Instead of buying people's publishing, Bruce Springsteen's publishing or Queen's publishing, people are going to be buying the estates of Marilyn Monroe or the estates of James Dean or Marlon Brando, and they're going to use AI and make new films with those people and put them in performances that they did not create. And that is certainly going to happen. And what do we do then? What is that? People will want to see it, because if you ask the average everyday Joe Blow, hey, did you go see Foreigner? Yeah, man, they were great. Well, who's in the band? I don't know. Well, it turns out nobody. Oh man, you go see Kiss? Yeah, man. Who's in the band now? I don't know. Well, it's only 2 of them. The other guys, just put anybody in the makeup. I don't care. And so, that's the general consensus, that people don't really give a shit. So, I guess you should say, why should I? Well, goddamn it, I do care. I like authenticity in my art. There's nothing more thrilling than going to a museum and seeing a Caravaggio or a Da Vinci, or, like I stood in front of the Mona Lisa. It's so small. It's shockingly small, but there's a lot of other stuff in the Louvre. But wow, I remember thinking to myself, wow, that's the Mona Lisa. That's the one. That's the real one. That's his hand, his brush. Absolutely astonishing. It's like I would much rather go see an Elvis Costello show or a Paul McCartney show when their voice is like 50% of what it used to be, than go see like some AI generated version with it perfected or tuned or any of that stuff. And even they just recently tuned up the Beatles on a track. The first Queen album was just released, and they pitch corrected Freddie Mercury. I mean, that's sacrilegious, isn't it? Leave those alone and let all the little farts do their crap, right? Anyway, Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian $2, panel power, upvote everyone. And Eric B with the big smile and a wink, £4.99. Thank you, kind sir. And Nikki Broker. Congratulations, Dirk. Hopefully it ends. Just, well, one part of the stress is over. Like, because they sued to evict us. The lawsuit was they tried to evict us. And the judge was like, you can't evict them. That's not evictable. It's just not. It was just a ridiculous. The whole case was predicated on the lie, and the judge called them out on it. And they were like, they realized that this wasn't going to go in. They weren't going to get what they wanted. So they said white flag, Anyway, Nick Brooker, thank you very much. Let's give you a super chat for that. JBB, what's wrong with being a curmudgeon? It's all I do anymore. I know. Listen, what we could do is we could all get together and have a curmudgeon circle and sit around and go, back in the old days when I used to listen to Led Zeppelin, guys actually played drums and that girl actually had a voice on her. Like Taylor Swift put out a new record the other day, and I was like, no offense to her, because she's the biggest, or she was. I don't know who the biggest star in the world is, because it changes like people's underwear at this point, or socks. But I heard the single, and I was like, all right, I guess she's got a couple of good tunes. People like her. I don't dislike her. I just don't see the fuss. I don't think she's even remotely good looking. I think she's okay, average. She's just dolled up. I think she's milquetoast as far as her music goes. I think her lyrics are just inane and sophomoric and all those things. She's no poet. She's not, she's no Joni Mitchell. She's no Laura Nyro. She's no Elvis Costello. She's no Nick Cave. She's no PJ Harvey. She's no Kate. Why is that so big? She's no Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey gets a lot of flack, and she's fucking amazing. I don't care that she's kind of shitty live. Her aura is incredible, and she's gorgeous, and everything. I think it's just mysterious and wonderful and lovely. So, yeah, I'm a curmudgeon. Yeah, fuck it. Let's be proud. Curmudgeon and proud. Why the hell not? All right, so we'll be curmudgeons. Who gives a shit? Who gives the shit, right? Dachshunds are the ideal dogs for small children, as they are already stretched and pulled to such a length that the child cannot do so much more harm one way or another. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way. I just found out that song is a cover, and I had no idea. That's one of the most famous Blondie songs in the world. I love Blondie, Deborah Harry. Oh man, that girl, that's a rock star. One way or another. Did anybody know that was a cover? I had no freaking idea. Andrew's gonna miss the show and chatting with you. I'm gonna have to watch the recording. Well, boo. We don't like that. And Martin Bronson are here, upvoting. Hey, buddy boy, and the king of the forest. Great to see you in there. Hello, Bronson. Have a great day, everyone, and be an inspiration to yourself and others. Be kind, be the bastard others want to be. Oh, you're so beautiful, Andrew. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we had Andrew Wolkowicz Day, because you know what? You personify what a basher is. And let me tell you something about our dear Andrew. It's amazing, because he always puts the best foot forward, even if he's having a shitty day and we talk. He's one of those guys that is so inspirational to us all. You almost made me crack up there, Andy Pandy. Fergal's here. Hey, Dirk and all the bashes. Hey, stop teasing us with that Mark II. Come on. Oh, you're not watching either. I'm up early, so I'll catch this tomorrow. Well, we can't wait, because we love you, man. Thanks, Fergal. And kiss to the missus, right? Grazie mille, signore. Franco Fiore. Please upvote. Grazie. Please upvote. That's all it takes. Man, what a difference an upvote makes. Robin's bird. Hello. Is that your theme song? Ah, Robin's bird. Hello, beautiful one. The ladies of the bash. And Dave, Fahrenheit 450. I'm going to send you a song right now. You didn't get the new one, so you deserve it. Listen, man, you're still the king of the bashers. You still are. You still are. And the good man, the good evening, kind sir, wishing you and yours only good things. It's our only good things, man. It's him. It's the actual one. He's really here. Hey, man, how are you today? Great to see you in the room. Thanks very much. And Mr. LaFaro, Handsome Joe's here. Evening all. I'm enjoying some coffee. So this morning, I got up really super duper early. Oh, shit. I sent that to the wrong guy. Fuck, I just didn't realize I did that. Sorry, John. You ever do that? You ever send a text to the wrong person? Be like, I hope it doesn't say something like, you look really great in those pantyhose. That wasn't for John. I sent it to John from Hitman. Oh, sorry, Johnny. I love you. I was like, I'm live, and you guys get me off your group text, as Paul can ping my phone. Paul's the only one who can get through on my phone if I'm in, stealth mode. Evening, Joe LaFaro. Ooh, just tuned in. Did I miss anything? Hey, Nikki. F the watch, bottle a good one. Oh, totally. I'm not gonna buy that. There's no way in the world I would consider buying that watch. I mean, I looked at it, I was like, all right, it actually was really, really pretty for a plastic watch with a battery in it. It looked really, really nice. It did. Howdy, Sheriff Dirk, and all your depubashities. Oh, look at that. He coined something brandy new. You depubashities. Oh, what? But I did not shoot the did not. I'll come it up. It's got to be I shot the sheriff, right? Andrew, what do you think? That's got to be the next one. I'll have to figure out how the rhyme will work, but depubashities is pretty great. Carlos Paggi. Carbon 1 million. Is that 1 million or 100? It's 1 million. Not a great name. What about solar power? I like solar power. It's pretty good. And Spanner Slinger Dean, indeed. Nikki B says, oh shit, Dirk. I knew you had a situation with the landlady, but obviously didn't know. I didn't tell the details because, I shouldn't, yeah. Hope it's all over and you got a good result. Well, we got no result. We just got the case was thrown out. It was because he was about to throw it out, and he gave them every opportunity in the world to, to just be good people and compromise. He looked at us. He goes, "Are you guys willing to compromise?" We said we are. So basically, we actually said at some point that we would take the roof deck upstairs if got rid of this, but there would have to be financial compensation because, they dragged us through hell for 3 years, So, victory, the Sopranos fight a victory. Oh! To defeat a dragon, one must form a dragon's wing of warriors for justice. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. It's bittersweet because it's like, thank you very much, Joey. It's like, okay, so, the lawsuit's over, but, she's still going to come at us because she was yelling at the judge, like yelling at him. Like he just went, and he looked like she's a crazy person, just didn't know. It was just so odd because it doesn't compute in her head. Like, but I want my way, and no, you can't have that. So we're going to try other ways. You must be secretly English, as St. George also defeated a dragon, right? I've done my DNA, my friends, and not a drop. But did you know? I told the story of my DNA, right? So I'm Irish. There's nothing in me but maybe 0.1%. Ready for this? Levantine. Now, obviously, that's a mistake because everyone else in my family, 1 year, for my birthday, I got somebody gave me like a gift certificate, and I said, I'm going to use this gift certificate and buy everybody DNA test for fun. So we all joined like 23andMe, which then sold all our DNA to everyone. So the whole world has our DNA. Like, who cares? Why would anybody care what your DNA is? I don't give a shit. Like, oh my God, aren't you upset that they have your DNA was sold? No. Why would I care? What are they going to make an army of Dirk robots? Who gives a shit? Go ahead. It'll be as fucked up as I am. It'll be short and have a tendency to put on 10 pounds. It won't be great. Whatever. But yeah, no, that's funny though. Dirk, you defeated the dragon and she tried to bleed you dry of money through the courts. She failed. Yeah. Well, she failed in the end, but she dragged us through, like, ugh. I mean, and we did an ad up today. I'm not going to get into that, but I was like, holy crap. Just holy crap. When, like, and I'm talking about, like, even adding up like the Ubers, because we have to take an Uber at 8:00 in the morning to get to court at 9 a.m. And it's about, it's 7 or 8 miles away. And it's just like, that many times. And that's not even including the ones with Rose, because I've been to Rose 21 times for Rose. So it was just crazy shit. Yeah. It's just nuts. I don't know. I don't understand people. Why they're bit. Softcore Terrico. Jojo. Softcore Terrico. Softcore Terrico. Coming back for you. Softcore Terrico. Nothing you can do. Softcore Terrico. Yeah, baby. Great to have you in there. Getting emotional. I will keep it simple. I get so emotional, baby, every time I think of you. I get so emotional, baby. I don't know the rest of that. Isn't it funny what love can do? I mean, it's shocking what love can do. Ain't it shocking what love can do? Thank you. That's a big bam boom. Thank you, Softcore Terrico. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Evening Bashes, it's the girl with the wrench. It's the girl called Carolyn. Carolyn Martin is her name. She comes from the great place called Tipperary. Making shit up as I go, because I'm terrible at it today. Sean, I could see a Sheen considering moving to Rome. It's gorgeous with more to see and do. Nah, he's a Veneziani now. Forget it, not happening. Rome's cool though. It took me many a trip to enjoy that town. I don't know what it is about Rome. Maybe I don't know. I first couple of times I was like, meh. Lots to see, lots to do, but the problem is there's so many people with lots to sees and lots to do's, and that can get frustrating. But it is beautiful, And then the last time I was there, I loved it. I absolutely loved it because we met Paul's cousin who lives in Trastevere, and he just took us to Rome, because we didn't know Rome. Well, Paul's been there way more than I have. He's been going there since he's a little kid, and I had no reason to go there as a little kid. I went to Ballina. Where did you go? I went to Knock. We flew into Knock, and then we went to Moylitz and Ballina. So yeah, Rome. Yeah, I mean, hey, he's one of those guys that can move. Sorry, Dean. Andy M, you often send text messages, don't you, by mistake? What great feet you have. Oh, that thing. Imagine that. John Doe goes, Dirk, will the landlady pay all your legal costs? She should. Yeah, that doesn't exist in the States, and that really sucks. Yeah. No. Well, she didn't lose the case. She withdrew it. So she basically said, I quit. So it wasn't going to go her way because we didn't get to trial. We went there for trial today, and the judge was like, this is not trialable. He goes, if it is, you're going to lose. And he's like, you can't really win this. And She got together with the guys. We tried to work it out. We tried to work it out for a good 2 hours. We really tried. And the judge was excellent. He was like, well, look, this, let's, and we were like, sure, we'll figure it out. No. Yeah. Incomparably unlikable person. John Doe, I'm already packing. There's no accounting for dude, listen, can I tell you, here's a story of Long Island City and a very special guy named Uncle Spike. Joe, when I moved into this neighborhood, it was Paisan Central, and that's all there was. A couple of Irish folks like me, like my friend Pat, Pat and Dirk, we were like the Irish people who married the Italians, and Uncle Spike was here. And I had a guy. You want to hear a great story? Here's a great Basher story. Ready? So you guys know I'm getting back into cycling. I was very into competitive cycling, mountain cycling, especially downhill and cross country, but mostly downhill. Anyway, I had a couple of great bikes. I still do. And I had more then, like I had lots. And this was in the beginning of stuff. And I had just gotten a beautiful Harrow Extreme, and it was gorgeous. And I had been out riding. I think I had gone to the Green Belt out on Long Island. I came back whole day, and there was a guy who lived in. So my old landlord, Arthur, who I mentioned earlier, was a gentleman of a certain persuasion, and he was very wealthy, and he had many lovers, and one of them was the guy that lived in my first floor, who was an old man like my landlord was. And this guy used to have tricks galore coming in and out of the house. He had a duplex in the front. That's where DL lives now with her family. And one day I came in and I was like, oh, hey, I'm not going to say his name. I said, hey, and he's like, he's always like, he's a dirty old man. So he'd always say something dirty or flirty with you. And then I saw this very, very young Latino boy coming out, very beautiful, come out of his apartment. And I put my bike in the hallway, and I had like bicycle grease all over my leg because I broke a chain while I was doing this crazy cross country stuff. So I had to repair it. So I was filthy. So I would have said to like wash myself up. I came down, my bike was gone. And I knocked on his door and I said, hey, what happened? Well, his little trick stole it. That's what happened. And he goes, I don't know anything. I said, hey man, can I ask you a question? He goes, I don't know anything about your bicycle. And he slammed the door because he was drunk. So he didn't realize he was already implicating himself. He knew what it was about. Why was it about my bicycle? I don't know anything about your bicycle. So I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And I went outside and I went up the street or up the corner. And I was like, what the hell happened? And then there's Uncle Spike, who's the neighborhood, the guy. And he goes, hey Dirk, what are you looking for? I said, somebody just stole my bike. He goes, what do you mean somebody stole your bike? From where? And I said, from inside my house. He goes, how did they get in your house? And I said, well, they were visiting. And he goes, oh, yeah. Because he knew he was a Finoke and all that stuff. So he's like, tell me, what did this bicycle look like? And I said, well, it's a blue Harrow Extreme. It's got a Mag 21 shock on it and blah, 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 blah. And he goes, what does this guy look like? And I told him, and he goes, I'll see what I can do. I don't know. The next day, my bell rings, and it's Giuseppe, who's from the club up the street, the Italian social club. And he goes, this is from Uncle Spike. And it was my bike. He got it back for me. And I went up to Spike. I said, how the hell did you do that? He goes, listen, man, he goes, anything for family. That if I had a Rocco or a Nunzio in my life right now, I would have done that, because I would have just made a phone call. If this happened 20 years ago, Joe, I would have just called Uncle Spike, and this never would have happened. And you know what? They would have moved out too. They would have been out the door, because somebody would have paid them a visit. That would have been great. Attack of the Dirks. Hardcore show the ball. Yeah. Hello, Steve. I have sent a text message to the wrong person. Thought I was sending text messages to Andy M in the text thread. Don't forget to buy milk, sexy boy. I got a reply from my dad saying, I think you have the wrong sexy boy. Oh no, to your dad? That's terrible. Think about all the people. We watched this movie last night with Suzanne Plachette. If you don't know who she is, look her up. Joe knows who she is. She's gorgeous and funny, and she's got this really kind of cigarette voice. She's a very beautiful girl, and she's an actress. She was on the Bob Newhart show, but she's famous for, she was in The Birds. It was this movie, and I don't even remember what it was called, but it was about this girl, and she was, from a rich family, and she was just barely, she wasn't legal. She was like 17 and a tramp, and it was so campy because, like, well, mother's heard the word around town, and they're afraid she's afraid you might become a tramp. I hit the floor. Mother is afraid that you might become a tramp. A tramp. It's fucking golden. And then later on, and she turns out she was, they didn't have the word nympho yet. That word was concocted later. I'm sure it existed, but nobody knew what it was. Anyway, long story short, she was a total nympho. And then she married Bradford Dillman, and he loved her, but she couldn't keep her paws off of Ben Gazzara, who is the unsexiest person in the whole wide world, and my friend Ed Frankie's uncle. who I grew up with. The guy I was in my first band with, Excalibur. My friend Ed Frankie, he was the guitar player. His mom's name was like Jessica Gazzara. It's his sister, anyway, or whatever. Funny story, but that's terrible when you do that. Terrible. Dean, I was thinking of myself. Them pine trees are impressive to look at. Rome is actually the center of the world. It sure was, and so was Venice. So it's good to be reminded how magical it is. It just took me a while to go, oh, I get it now. I would never have to sleep one party to the next. Big problem. I don't know the language yet. Well, you could learn it, man. Listen, the other day, the Sunday mass, when I kept putting the show back and all that stuff, I spoke Italian the whole day. And you know what? Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes and stuff. It gave me so much confidence because I've been studying it. And, Sheen speaks Italian, and Paul speaks Italian, and Emmett speaks Italian, and everybody's fluent around me. And, they always say this, that, correct me when I do something wrong. And that's great, because that's how you learn. That's how a child learns. Immersion. So they don't speak English. Their son did. So it was a really great experience because I really felt confident about next month. I was like, oh, wow, I feel good about, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And when Paul, when we get the place and Paul has to go home for 6 months or whatever, he has to go home, I'll be all by myself, me and the Bashers and a camera in Italy. Right? How great is that? I'll just walk around and go, ciao. Feet. What happened to the show? So one of the main reasons why I loved Rome is Filippo, Paul's cousin. He goes, Dirk, I need to go get a pack of cigarettes. You want to come for a ride? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I got on the back of his bike. It's like, Moto Guzzi or whatever the hell he had. And he went a zillion miles an hour. And we went past like Vittorio Emanuele. That's the big typewriter in Rome. That's the big white building that everybody knows with the big Italian flag on it. And we went around in every circle, and we went to like 5 different places because he was looking for some Turkish cigarettes. And he's like, they don't have. So he's like, do me a favor, you go. So I'd hop off the back and I'd ask for all these places. We went to like 5 places, but we zoomed around for like an hour, no helmets. Like I was going to crack my noggin open. La mia testa is spagliato, is roto. So it's fucked up. Rome, I fell in love with it that night, and I did have one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. And I know Oisin O'Malley thinks it's trash because he doesn't eat pasta, but the cacio e pepe in Rome is not to be believed. It's not to be believed. Love Roma, but too hectic for me these days. Yeah, it's hectic. It is. It's very, very hectic. Melly sees kind of ripping bird. Hey, hawks. In the UK and Ireland, if you take a person to court and then withdraw, they have to pay the side fees. Yes, and they should here, and that doesn't exist here. I know, because I remember when George Michael sued Sony and he lost, and then he had to pay Sony all that money. Very awkward. Lucky by born again Christian father has a sense of humor. Jesus Christ. John Doe, I've heard Oasis may be playing Rome in 2026. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They're in negotiations. That's what I read. Ah, man, they're gonna do the Guns N' Roses thing, man. They're just, remember when they got back together with Slash? They're still on the road. Listen, when there's that kind of money going on, why would you? Hearing I get so emotional sends me back to dating my second husband, dear God. Ain't it shocking what love can do? Ain't it shocking what love can do? Dean, there's a list in circulation that says they will play in Milan the 7th and 8th of June 2026. Oh, in Milano. John Doe, they'll probably, you guys can talk about that. Uncle Spike was the best, though, Joe. Loved him. I mean, he'd always see, he'd give you a big bear hug and a big kiss on both cheeks. Say, you guys want some anisette? He was the great. It was the classic New York Italian, you know. I like, he's probably had never been to Italy. It was like, you know what I mean, Joe. You know what I'm talking about. I like Spike. Spike was the best. We all need an Uncle Spike. He was the greatest. And his wife, she was Irish for sure. And she was always dressed immaculately in these beautiful kind of coral or lime green pantsuits with a beautiful bow, and her hair was always done. She was immaculate, and reed thin, an absolute stunning woman. Dean, I'd say the name more shows are. Oh, you guys are talking about Oasis. Who cares? Hey, Mark in Brooklyn. Hey there. You have to stop at the green light and run because you know somebody's going to run the red. You know that, baby. John, just funny reading it. Oasis. I heard that they're. I watched what's his face, the Wings of Pegasus, and it turns out that they're playing 100% live, as we all knew that they kind of would. And isn't that great? Anyway, it's time for the Gallery of Bastards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots that sublime me absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. Eric Bell. What do you got going on for us? Mr. Bell. How pretty is that? That's a beautiful album cover, right? Vangelis, right? Whose cover would that be? Look at the shading on this. God, look at that bird. That is astonishingly beautiful, man. Haunting. Absolutely beautiful, man. Feels that's what heaven should look like, right? Oh, look at everybody getting so good at what they do here. I'm amazed. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you photograph at times. At the Gallery of Bashers. Diamond plate. Diamond plate was very, very important texture in my band's career. We used it everywhere. Diamond plate. Diamond plate. Want to be your diamond plate. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, boy. That is gorgeous. Look at this shot. Guys are getting crazy with your photography. That is, man, you should send that to Seiko because holy smackaroonies, that is gorgeous. Amazing. Wow. Mr. Brooker, thank you so very much. Gorgeous. Now I've got Diamond Girl stuck in my head and I hate that song. Mr. McLeod of the Clan McLeod. We're going to have a photography fest in here, my beauties, my beautiful Basherdirks. Look at what is going on with you guys. This just looks like dun 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 dun. NTM. Dorothy, where's Dorothy? Looks like a twist is coming. That is amazing. And meanwhile, it's not, the Midwest, Scotland. Incredible. Wow, that is beautiful. Oh, look at that. Just a wee castle. Wow. It reminds me of what is that album? A Broken Frame. It's the only Depeche Mode album I own. I loved it when it came out. And that cover. Wow. Amazing. These are gorgeous. You guys, the photography on this show is outrageous. All thanks to Julian for starting that. Thank you, guys. That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Nick Brooker, Tilly. Oh, we love some Tilly. Earth to Tilly. Hello, Tilly. That's a I Love Lucy joke. Oh, Tilly, beautiful. What happened to that pumpkin? Did you beat? Is that a pumpkin? It looks like it was a pumpkin. Oh, Tilly. You ripped that up. That's so cute. What a baby. Oh my God. Stop it. You just want to go smushy, smushy. What a beautiful baby. I love when they play with their toys. I'm assuming, was there rope in there? God, what? That was some kind of pumpkin that Tilly just decided, you are my enemy. You are thine sworn enemy. Tilly, everybody. Thanks. Thanks, Nick. New strap for the Elliot Brown. Oh, hey, we love. Ooh, look at that. Some watches, kids. Here come some watches. Look at that. Oh, man. Love that. I love that color. Do I have any NATOs? Yeah, a couple. Like the Timexes all have NATOs on them. I mean, technically, those are NATOs. Yeah, they are. I love this strap. This is on one of the weekenders that I got from. I wear this one a lot. Obviously, I need to. Just a little dish soap. I use Woolite, and I love this one. I love the texture in this one. If you can see it, let me get my face out of the way. There you go. It's really lovely. Yeah, I got to get some NATOs for the Speedy and stuff. I really do. I got to do that. Cool. That's beautiful. Beautiful color. Oh, hey. Look at that. You got a little watch roll going on there? Sweet. What's going on in there, though? Did it come with that? Oh, it did. I love a watch roll. Like a watch wrap. Omega did that with the 60th anniversary, and it was the most beautiful thing ever. Incredible. Oh, that's really nice. Look at that. Nicely done, man. Nicely done. Thank you, Mr. Brooker. Melly C, it's Eminem madness, Morgan Mindy madness. Yeah. Hello, it's Mork. Hello, Mork. Let me pull you down. Look at that. Look at that big boy. Carolyn Martin, don't steal him. Carolyn, don't steal the Morky. You beautiful boy. Get that out of there. Oh. What is the devil doing? Oh, shit. What is the devil cat doing? She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. I don't know why I look over here when it's right here too. What is she doing? She's gazing upon the sunflowers, the girasole, tournesol sunflowers. I love sunflowers. What is she doing up there? Just losing her mind. Oh, you got double copies of certain things. Like, what do you got? Why do you have 2 copies of that? Let's see what it is. What does that say? Lemon ego? What does that say? What is that, Mel? Devil Wears Prada, City Heat. I love City Heat. Bridesmaids, hilarious. Let's look at what they have. It's pretty good. Devil Wears Prada. Is that Amadeus? Is that what that is? What is the doubles there? Very interesting. Devil Cat. Oh, she sees a bug. Oh, it's a spider or something, right? And she went after it. Oh, snap. Can we see what it is? Oh, boy. No, but she knows it's there. Uh-oh. And it jumped off. Did it jump off? Holy crap. Wow. Eminem madness, Mork and Mindy. This is an action shot. We've never had that before on the Mork and Mindy show. The Mork and Mindy show. Brr. Thank you, sweetheart, very much. Mr. Julian, here he is, the Gallery of Julian. When are you gonna schedule a London gallery show? She is so naughty. What was it though? What was that? And what do you have doubles on? What was that? Look at this beautiful picture of this lady. What's going on with her? Oh man, she looks so concerned, Julian. She bought some. What are those? I'd say they're orchids, but they're probably not. Look at her. She looks like she's in pain. It's extraordinary, though. Look at this guy. You know, I keep saying this, like, what happened to Russell Crowe, man? What happened to him? That's crazy. He looks like an old hippie. Like, you know what he's got? He's got a wine pouch, and it's filled with Southern comfort. Oh, I love this gallery. Do you watch Julian? If you're ever interested, there's a program called Soft White Underbelly, and you know, it's kind of like the downtrodden, like ex-prostitutes, drug addicts, prisoners, inmates, and they talk about trying to rebuild their lives or not, and they're all kind of in this kind of look to them. Now, this girl, watch, we'll find out that she's an English teacher, and I'm just judging her as being a drug addict, and I don't mean that, but you know what I mean. But this is crazy. This guy's from the circus. What's going on there? Look at that. This guy's face tells 1,000 stories. Yeah, Nick B. Look at this. There you go. Julian's Amazing London exhibition scheduled for spring 2026. Please. Yeah, why not? Everybody will come, Julian. Just think you'll have all the back. We'll come. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. That's the same guy, different pose. Wow. These are so interesting, Julian. Wow. These are crazy. Look at her. It's like Twiggy. She's on the telly. Oh, you guys don't call, yeah, you call the television that. She's on, what do you call the phone? The phone? The mobile. She's on the mobile. Amazing. Oh, what's going on here? She looks like she's being accosted by this guy. Or is this like a cuck scene? Like, you guys make me think bad thoughts. This looks like a young Ivanka Trump. Because that's an iPhone 10. That's how I know what age it is, because it's an iPhone 10. iPhone X. Beautiful, Julian. She's gorgeous. Look at her. Face is beautiful. Beautiful work. What's going on? That looks like almost like Elizabeth Taylor. Wow, this is astonishing, Julian. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gallery of Julian. Amazing. Wow. That one's heartbreaking, though, Julian. I have to say. It's a bit heartbreaking. Can I say that? I think I just did. Mr. McDermott, what do you got going on for us today? You got a bit of Christopher Ward, a bit of Omega. Those colors, this thing is nuts. Yeah, the design language of Chris Ward is incredible. Look at that. Now I see it. Now that you guys told me what it was, now I know what it is. It's nuts. What's this? Oh, is it a video? Hold the phone. I got to, hold on. Send me a video. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Here you go. Send me a video. Oh, it's foxes. Oh. What's your security camera? Fox on the run. Is he coming back? No, he's not coming back. Oh, man. Boo. I want to see some Fox action. You know what I'd love to see? Because I know you might be watching. I'd love to see some videos of Wonky. You know who I'm talking to. God, how are you guys? I'd love to see Wonky. Thank you very much for that. There's probably more than that. Hold on. Let me make sure. No, it was it. Okay. I don't want to miss the thing. Because even when I dream of you. Joe LaFaro Nautilus Alternative. This is nicer than the Nautilus. Because I'm not a fan of. I'm just not a big fan of the Nautilus. So I'm more of a fan of the Nautilus than I am of the Aquanaut. But this Mito is beautiful, man. I like this better. I know it's very, very similar design language, but that is very cool though. Did they not get in trouble for that? See, I love the tachometer on the inside in the Rehot. It reminds me of the TV dial Speedies, and that bracelet, that strap is good, gorgeous. What's the price point on something like this, man? That's very attractive watch, man. That is very, very attractive. I bet it's not $100,000. Wow, that's pretty crazy, Jojo. I love it. Absolutely love it. I like it. Nautilus alternatives. Oh, there's more of them. There's another one. Oh, look at this. Here's the back. Very cool. Do you have this watch, or is it something you're thinking about getting? Look at this. Oh, interesting. Very colorful. Look at that. A lot of arabesque going on. It's less than $2,500, he says. The Mito caliber 60. Now, do they do in-house movement? Because if you look, I gotta say that the inside of that, intriguing, right? I've never seen a movement that quite looks like that. Huh. Look at that. Sapphire crystal, stainless steel, water resistant to 100 meters. Nice. Nice. Oh, look at that. We love that. Very cool looking watch, man. Yeah, that's people are starting to really notice the Mitos. Very cool. Hey, Drooby Doo, where are you? You got some cats to show. Look at this action. Hey, guys. Oh, look at that. Oh, hello. Look at everybody. They all getting along so perfectly, huh? Oh, man. That makes me so happy. Look at that. I didn't even see. Look who's in there. Holy cow. There's Junie in there. Hi, guys. Oh, man. Hello. Hello, kids. Oh, look. And look. Oh, look, right on Cow's head. Wow. Thank you, Drooby Doo. We love you. How you guys all doing? 4 cats. And Mr. Fitzgerald with some beautiful photography from the wild. Look at that. What are you going to do? Not much. Not much, Jackson. Oh, man. And stay away from them because they have ticks. You don't want to catch Lyme's disease. Look at this. In the Serengeti. Look at this. You can take the jungle out of the cat, but you can't. You can take the cat out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the cat. Look at that. Pure Serengeti action. Look at that. Oh, man, that's amazing. Amazing. Jackson, you are one of a kind. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. So funny. He watches the deers. Thanks, Rufus. Amazing. The Gallery of Bastards, a great one. Thank you, guys.
The Gallery of Bashtards, send me the shots that sublime me absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards, you share them with me, and I share with the world.
Melly C, loving that Seiko. Steve says, thanks, everybody. Great shot, Steve. Tilly, beautiful shot, Steve. Julian, amazing stuff. Thanks, Melly C. Mork rules again. Yeah. Eminem madness. Carlos, the Royal Air Force. Look out. Respect, man. Saw it was a stable belt. Nice touch. Yeah. Hey, Bashers. Drooby Doo. We love you. Thank you for the kitties. It's fun to share the screen time because, Kay and Junie are the big stars. But, listen, if it wasn't for the rest of the family, they allowed them into the home. They could have said, no, we don't want you in here. It's full. She's so naughty. Double is an Aussie movie called Our Home. Oh, okay. Our Home. Okay. The Aussie movie. Okay. What was the Aussie movie I watched the other day that was so weird? I got to remember the name of it. I'll remember and I'll email it to you. But we watched this movie and it was so odd. Like it was a 60s movie. That dude needs some skin cream from Julian's. Was that a protest, Julian? Amazing pictures. Dirk, how do you arrange a space party? Hey, Jack, how are you? You just find a place in London that's got a space open for the night, and you know what you do? Listen, I've done a bunch of these 1,000 times in New York. I would have to find out in London. Basically, what you do is you find a space like an art gallery space or like a raw space. A raw space is fun, and but he'd want to do it in the gallery because he's a proper artist. And you just rent it out for the night, and then you just hire a bartender for the night, and you just bring your own booze and your own ice, and it's a party, and then you celebrate the artist in residence. It's doable. It's very doable. Nice camera work, guys, today. Beautiful stuff. Outstanding, Julian. Loving those Chris Wards. Oh, that Mito's not available yet. Well, it's beautiful, man. Out soon. It's pretty gorgeous. I just rejoined and see that Julian has committed to London exhibit. Great call. Has he committed? Do you see him committing to that? I wish he would commit to that. It would be amazing. Carolyn Martin's spot on. Mito watches sponsor Red Bull cliff diving. Oh, that's good to know. I like those Mitos. Those are sexy ass watches, man. Kitty, 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 says Nick B. Cat Heaven at the Jews. Yeah, absolutely. No donkey shot. Oh, well, where is the donkey shot? Did you send me a donkey shot? I have my mail open there. Did you want a donkey shot or did you send me a donkey shot? Wait a second. Carolyn Martin just came in with the last one. Listen, if the show ain't over, the show ain't over. I'll show it. Look at that. That's insane and so dangerous. It makes me scared. I think of Bonnie Blue Butler. Come on. That's so close. Jesus, Carolyn, that scares the shit out of me. It really does. I don't see anything from you. I'm looking. Where is it? Nothing from you, Ray. Nothing. Anyway. You Planet. That's what it's called. You Planet. It's in London. Interesting. Some of us. I went out to take a walk with Jackson briefly before sunset, and a family of 3 deer passed. Aw. And Rufus just wanted to just go stalk him because he's a cat, Where's the donkey of the month, right? Well, we're waiting, We're waiting. Dirk, I can dream. You can indeed. Guys, great show. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for showing up today and making me so very, you made me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. Thanks so much. Thanks for today was, rough, scary day. And we got through it. Not with the exact results we want. I missed the joke. I did, Jack. Tell me what the joke is. You plan. Oh, shit. I'm so stupid, Jack. Look at that. Chick said, dude, let me go. Dirk, how do you arrange a space party? You plan it. I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree, my friend. Thanks so much. Thanks for everybody for sticking with me and being such a great bashers. Remember, you can get in on the fun. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's Basherdirk@gmail. You want to say something? Dirk, I hate the show. Dirk, I like the show. Or here's my kitty cat. Here's my dog. Here's my new sailboat. I got a brand new toy. I got a Sherman tank. We got to see Ray Sherman tanks, and we love the hell out of that stuff. Model planes, a pack of gum, whatever it is. You want to share it with me? You share it with me. I share with the world. Thank you so very much. Because you really do and truly do make me so happy. These are my Pantheon. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for When We Were Wednesdays. So remember to send to Basherdirk@gmail.com pictures of yesteryear, your best memories. That's what Wednesday's about now. Wednesdays is all about memories. Memories like the corners of my mind. That's what it's about. And we can't wait to see you. Until then, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you meet a dragon who's not so kind, especially a lady of her caliber, just slam the door in her face. You know why? She's a kind